Hello, this is Mike Matthews, and I've interviewed many an indie musician from the world of pop, rock, R&B, and country, and you can hear some of the best of those interviews right now on the show Into an Interview, featuring the best of the interviews I do on Mike's Daily Podcast.
This show is clean.
Cat call.
Pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 777. Oh my God, it's the Holy Show. It's the Jesus Show. It's the God Show. Remember a couple months ago we had the Devil Show, the Satan Show, the 666 Show? But today it's not. It's the good one with angels fluttering around. So nice. That's a nice change from the imaginary butterflies I had yesterday.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Oh, my singing chorus people just sang over me, and I have to say, what the hey?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
How rude. Yeah, that happened on yesterday's show. I was chasing imaginary butterflies, and you were listening, and you were trying to figure out why. Oh, I also forgot to talk about how Valentina was beaten up by Madame Rutabaga. And now I have the fun task of trying to rhyme a word with rutabaga. How about Winnebago?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Yes, he told her her hair looked the same, and Madame Rutabaga didn't take too nice to that.
Mike's
and threw Valentino
Daily
into a Winnebago
Podcast.
It was a crazy show.
Yeah!
And Floyd is a butterfly catcher, which I had no idea. That's also... Oh, I haven't even told you what's happening on today's show. Well, first look who just walked in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing?
And it's a disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what.
What?
We soundly trounced you Democrats. Tell you what.
Yeah, didn't we talk about this? Tuesday. This all happened Wednesday we found out that... Okay, maybe you didn't. Yeah, so that's right. There is a lot of Republicans now, and the entire country looks red, just about. So you can say Americans see red. We're angry.
Well, I am angry, Mike, and you need to just get used to it.
Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I make the root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Oh, boy!
Brewmaster, what kind of root beer are you working on right now?
I make root beer? Oh, boy!
Yeah, you just... What? You're not making amnesia root beer, are you?
Maybe I am. I forgot.
Oh, okay, well, looks like you fell into the whole vat and forgot everything.
I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't remember. Don't put me on the spot. Gosh, like you're my dad or something. Oh, boy.
I would never want to be your dad. You know, but I will be your father figure. Put your tiny hand in mine. That was creepy. So, also on today's show, we're going to find out about this interesting thing called an election that happened in California, though. Interesting things happened. No, really. We'll find out what.
Mike, nationally, soundly trounced.
I know, that's... Benita, now, you're a Democrat. What do you think about all this? Has the Disgruntled Fiddle Player been gloating around the house? Yeah, Mike, he's been gloating. And he's also got that thing on his feet. Makes it all inflamed. So I guess it's that way. The same thing happens with your foot. Your foot, when it gloats. I think that's gout. It's a different thing. Your foot's gouting then. I hope this Disgruntled Fiddle Player, you should put your foot in a pot of water. Let's get that water sound effect.
Later that day.
Okay, I think we finally found it. Here.
Oh, great, Mike. Thank you. I put my foot in a big pot of water to help with my gout. Wait, this isn't water. This is amnesia root beer.
Soap opera sound effect.
Mike, I forgot why we needed the soap opera sound effect.
Amnesia root beer. That's what it is. Let's hear it for amnesia root beer. I forgot why. Okay, so yeah, this election happened in California. I want to point out some interesting things that happened, if I may talk out of my nose completely right now. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk from my heart. from my political intellectual mind, which is very small and tiny and does not really exist. But, you know, I think it was a significant year this year, not only the Republicans sweeping, but you have a candidate named Cash Carey running against Jerry Brown. Cash Carey is younger than me. And I've gotten used to the fact that there are politicians younger than me. If you are young, if you are in your 20s, teens, if you're, I don't know, in your single digits or your 30s, you don't understand really what it's like what it feels like. So Mick Jagger, when he found out that Bill Clinton was younger than him, he threw a fit. He made some sort of comment. He realized he had to deal with his own mortality. I have dealt with that myself because Obama's not much older than me. I'm going to be 46 in a couple weeks. So Cash Carey's 41, but he lost. So, I didn't even hear any ads for him. I saw a couple people with bumper stickers, like I think I saw one with... And Cash Carey it's a thing where you buy stuff, right? If you don't have like any credit cards, you go and you buy and you take it and you carry it away. It's cash and carry. Same thing. Strange name. Anyway, he told supporters in Orange County, what a surprise, a Republican in Orange County, Costa Mesa to be specific, that he'd succeeded in blazing a trail for the future of the Republican Party. The voter registration has dwindled to 28% in California. So we'll see if he really did do that. Because despite all the bad things and the fact that people are taking all of our woes out on the Democrats, Jerry Brown is still our governor, and he is a Democrat. And Cash Carey, basically in a bar fight mode, breaking any bottle he could find to try and take down Jerry Brown, argued that the governor was protecting the interests of powerful teacher unions that spent millions to elect him. Oh, those evil teachers. Oh, somebody threw chalk at me. And what else happened in this election? And I'd like to thank the wonderful, bizarrely named newspaper called the Epoch Times for this information. This just came out. Picked this up today when I was in San Francisco. You know what? I just quick digress. I did an interesting trip today. Here's my little travel log for you, because we've been talking a lot about travel lately on the podcast. I hopped on the ferry at the ferry building that takes you to Sausalito. And as I've mentioned before, we had a picture of Sausalito on yesterday's show. The trip is, I think they do a discount on the trip to Sausalito on the ferry, which is very scenic. If you have a Clipper card, they take a discount. However, my scenic trip that I was talking about even yesterday, it was so foggy in the middle of the channel crossing over to Sausalito, I couldn't even see Alcatraz. It was a waste. I shouldn't have even gone. Wah, wah. But I just want to say, too, when you're over in the Marin County area, which you are in once you're in Sausalito, and you're trying to catch a bus, forget about using Google. The Google Map app is useless. 3 times today I was trying to wait for a bus, and according to Google, I had a bus showing up like in 10 minutes. I waited 3 times. I waited over a half an hour for a stupid bus, and it took me way out of the way. One of the directions Google Maps told me, it took me way over to San Rafael, and then it took me like 5 hours to get home. It was crazy. So I forwent. Is that a word? I threw out the Google Maps app for using transit. Forget it. Transit information. Now, apparently there is a app called Transit that is the one to use. One of the bus riders told me. And in fact, that's how I got home, was by asking bus riders and drivers. Very helpful. Pulled my head out of the digital clouds. Would that be an iCloud? No. Okay, finally, I'll wrap this up about the election. Consumer Watchdog had put this one ballot measure on about wanting... Oh, is that really confusing one? Was that 47? 48? Anyway, both of those ones that had to do with health insurance went down to defeat. Consumer Watchdog's president, Jamie Court, said his group made a final push for voters but were outspent by insurance companies. As of late October, most of the $55 million in opposition funding had come from 4 major health insurers: Kaiser, WellPoint, Blue Shield, and Health Net. Quote, 35 other states have exacted this reform, which allows them to reject excessive health insurance rate hikes. And it's unfortunate that California and Californians won't have the same protection because they've been outspent by the insurance companies and they brainwashed the voters. So they went down to defeat. So I guess money does win elections, even though I was trying to be idealistic and thinking it didn't. Now, the defeat of the one ballot that we had, the measure for gaming, that's what the one was. Actually, it wasn't gaming. It was that North Fork being able to have the North Fork tribe being able to have a casino that was not technically built on their land. The defeat, however, according to this paper, will not prevent them from getting another gaming compact with the state and trying again. One of the spokespeople from this tribe said, if the voters of California don't like the agreement our tribe had with the state of California, what's next is we'll go back and get another agreement and we'll build the casino with another compact. That's what I guess the bottom line is, he says. So, yeah, Jerry Brown already agreed with it. In 2012, he wrote a letter to then Interior Secretary Kenneth Salazar saying that he was reluctant to allow gambling on land currently ineligible for casinos. In other words, it didn't, the tribe did not actually own the land that the casino was going to be built on. But Jerry Brown said he was going to make an exception for the North Fork tribe because he said it would prevent a casino from going up on environmentally sensitive areas in Humboldt County. But North Fork right now, the people do not wish them to build a casino on land that does not belong to them. There. Okay, now that you know everything that's going on with California, hopefully you are a Californian and you find this interesting. If not, I've just completely, you know what, I've assaulted your senses with California information. But now you can feel like you're a real Californian. And you don't, if you don't live here, bully for you because you don't have to pay our crazy taxes. And you're still Californian because I've made you an honorary Californian. You're welcome. What do you think about being a Californian? Do you live here? Do you love it here? How do you think the elections went? Are you upset? What do you think of the Google Maps app for taking public transportation? Is it Let me know. Email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com, or read your comments on the section emails from email. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you'd like to sponsor the show, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. And check out the website, mikesdailypodcast.com. Oh, by the way, we read your comments on the section emails from email. And if you haven't been on emails from email with one-ear letters yet, you're missing out. It makes you, the people that listen to this podcast will be so floored by the comments that you have to say. And we read them in emails from email. So make sure to email me, and we'll read them right here. I guess you can also comment under, you know, if you go to the website, mikesdailypodcast.com, there is a comment section, also on the Facebook. So mikesdailypodcast.com is the website, and if you want to go and like our Facebook page, there's a link to where to find that at mikesdailypodcast.com. Like the Facebook page, and when I post a new show, share it with your friends. More people find out about us that way. If you do that, it helps out the show. You can also help out the show with the Amazon link. Click on that on the left-hand side of the page and buy something. Anytime you buy something on Amazon, go through that. and that we get a little help from that. There's also a link to where to find us on iTunes. Like us on iTunes. Well, I guess you would listen to us on iTunes. It's not like Facebook. So, yeah. So subscribe to us on iTunes, and you can comment on the show is what you can do. And you can also rate it, and that helps our ranking and more people find out about us. There's also links to where to find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spreaker, Mixcloud, Podomatic, Yelp, Tumblr, and Twitter. All there at mikesdailypodcast.com, as well as the blog, the Daily Podcast picture, and all my past interviews. And here is the finale of my interview with the Berkeley band Cure for Gravity. And they're actually just about to take the stage at the House of Blues. We talked about that. So this interview was done on Monday night. So yeah, we talk about the House of Blues in the future tense. But probably by the time you listen to it, it's in the past tense. Here we go.
Mike on Mobile.
Hello, it's Mike Matthews here on the Mike on Mobile for Mike's Daily Podcast. I'm still hanging out with Cure for Gravity. I have been in their bunker for days. It's starting to smell a little strange, but we're guys. Yeah, we've eaten the bass player, and sorry about that, Andy.
Don't worry.
Okay. Are you excited about Friday? Oh yeah, let's talk about Friday. Your House of Blues thing. You're going to play there.
And it's going to be great, man. It's a nice venue, and we're going to have a good time.
This is the first time you've talked during the interview. How does it feel?
Feels weird.
I enjoyed your bass playing.
Thank you.
It shook the very marrow of my being.
I'm not way to say, but yeah.
But it's going to be great. So make sure to go out and see Andy on Friday, House of Blues, all my Southern California listeners. And stop listening to Adam Carolla, who's also in Southern California somewhere.
Unless you're coming with Adam.
Oh, yeah. Bring Adam to the show. That's Joe, and he sings vocals for Cure for Gravity. And you do all kinds of cool, I was watching one song, and looked like you were turning off the guitar and throwing it against the speaker and then turning, I don't know what you were doing. It was amazing.
That's the idea, is that it looks amazing. I try to make things look as amazing as possible, with as little effort as possible. And that one actually, yeah, that's fun.
Cucumbers wrapped in tinfoil.
What?
Cucumbers wrapped in tinfoil. Joe's all over that. Just make it look good.
Okay. All right.
Shiny and reflective, just like Salt Lake City. Where are we going with this? No, so yeah,
we've been here for a long time.
It's really kind of getting musty in here. All we have left is leftover Halloween candy and mostly Butterfingers
and whiskey. Don't forget about
and whiskey. Yeah. Although we haven't given Mike any of the whiskey. What's wrong with us? What kind of hosts are we?
That's looks like a nice type of whiskey there. The Crown Royal.
It's a nice looking bottle.
What are your influences? I have to go to the Total Rote interview question.
No, that's a good question. You won't hear any of them in the music we're doing. It's a pretty eclectic group, actually. I'll let everybody else speak for themselves, but I think the thing I wanted to do with this project was not be pigeonholed into something. And the last group I was in, we very two-note kind of thing. It was either Pearl Jam or Foo Fighters or somewhere in between. And with this project, I wanted to explore a much larger palette. And I grew up, my mom, 8-track tapes. It was everything from Barry Manilow to Barry White. It was like we have a huge plethora of things that I grew up listening to. I think more, from a songwriting perspective, it's Depeche Mode's, there's the Geek release there. That is the reason I'm doing what I'm doing, because I finally realized, you mean you can do all that stuff on a keyboard and you don't have to really be able to play anything? That's kind of cool. And I could just put that hairspray in my hair and go on stage and do that. That was cool. So that totally inspired me to play. And then, once I picked up a guitar, I was kind of like, Tom Petty's pretty cool. If I could play like Tom Petty, I'd be somebody. And
why is everybody squirming? Is it bad to poke fun at Depeche Mode? They're great. I mean, for what
they are, and it's important to bring them up because the song that we might talk about next, I don't know if we're going to talk about it.
Killing for the Queen?
Oh, you're going to talk about it.
Yeah, oh wait.
We already talked about
Dum Bum Bum, Cure for Gravity special premiere. MTV News, where we bring you boom, 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 the world. Personal, Jesus.
No, there's a little bit of Depeche Mode in this track, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, there's a vibe underneath of there that is definitely coming from a Depeche Mode point of departure.
All I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here in my arms.
Yeah, very good, Mike. We're going to start a band, man.
Woo!
Depeche Mode cover band.
Woo! Words are very so unnecessary. They can only do harm.
They can only do harm, especially if written by me. Yes, no, there's definitely a little bit of Depeche Mode in this one, from my perspective. But see, here's the thing: I should really stop because every time I mention a reference of a band that I'm hearing, Dave cringes and wants to walk out the door.
Dave, the guitarist, cringes
because ask him about that.
Why do you cringe, Dave? As I walk over, tripping on Andy, the bass player.
Why do I cringe?
We've half-eaten the bass player.
I think,
and he enjoyed it.
The main reason for the cringes is the references that Joe comes up with when that he hears in my playing, which I would never dream of trying to sound like Carlos Santana or Journey. And Joe says it in a very ebullient, excited way, but for me, it's my heart kind of sinks when he tells me that I sound like those players. So.
Yeah. Do it.
When I said that the solo that he had on our first EP, the song, by the way, never made it to the EP, but it sounded like Lindsey Buckingham, and he came at me across the room.
Really? He's got you don't like Lindsey Buckingham?
I think he's a lovely musician. He's just not. It's not for me. It's not stylistically what I'm going for.
Oh, you're keeping your eyes on your own paper. You're doing your own thing. That's great.
I'm trying,
and I'm enjoying it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
For me, when Joe mentions
that's Chris the drummer.
Yeah, for me, when Joe mentions these songs and bands, I'm thinking, oh shit, was I supposed to listen to something?
But you guys sound great, and I've been derailed now. I don't know how do I get back on the tracks?
Queens and Killing.
Killing
for the Queen.
Yes, Killing for the Queen. Tell me now, why is this a special premiere that we're doing right now?
Because we're giving it to you.
To play on the show. Thank you.
Yeah, and so we had so much fun hanging out here in the bunker with Mike and Half-Eaten Andy that we decided to give Mike an extra track, and this one is actually probably the least done of all of them. So I don't know why we're doing this, but this is actually don't hold us to it, but it might even be the title track of the album. We haven't decided yet if it's going to be called Mother May I or Killing for the Queen, but this one it might be on there. And
or Synonym Toast.
Well, Synonym Toast says
Synonym Toast. Interesting.
Yeah. So this one actually is. I think this one's fun because, and I don't know if we'll get there or not. So it'd be fun to actually hear this now, and when the actual album comes out, if we were able to massage it in shape. This one is a lot of fun because it's very cinematic, and it's got a couple different sections to it, and it's probably the most ambitious thing on tape that we've. We don't record to tape.
That's just a figurative of speech.
It's the most ambitious thing that we've attempted to record to date, I would say, probably. I don't know if anybody else would agree. And the fun thing about this is there in the studio, we recorded at 25th Street Recording in Oakland, which is a phenomenal studio if you've not been. They had this 1913 beautiful Steinway in there, and the outro of the track, we were kind of going for a little bit of a Bondian kind of, Barry-esque kind of Bond theme kind of thing on the way out. I was in my head. See, I did it again. Another reference. And Casey actually is quite the pianist, and we were having a lot of fun. Actually, this whole outro kind of got written almost on the spot there in the studio because this piano was there, and Casey, he could probably tell it better than I could.
Is that true, Casey, or are those all lies?
Well, no. I mean, when you've got this gorgeous instrument right in front of you, it's pretty inspiring, and it's when the keys aren't plastic, it's amazing. No, this was a beautiful Steinway, and I don't know. I just hear things when I'm playing those real instruments that just doesn't come out in my playing without a real beautiful instrument there.
Wow, you were inspired in the moment.
Well, yeah, because as a professional musician in the Bay Area, so few places have pianos. If they have a piano, it's like a toilet piano. And so I sound terrible about 99% of the time. And then you give me a good piano, and suddenly I love playing, and I feel great, and stuff happens. That's wonderful.
Can you explain to our listeners what a toilet piano is?
What is a toilet piano?
I could send you to certain places, but I don't want to say their names.
Oh, okay, yeah. We want to, because you guys, do you call yourselves like a Berkeley band, or what would you? Do you say like we're from Berkeley, or do you say from Oakland, or do you say from the moon? What do you say like? And do people go, oh, that's cool, you're from Berkeley, I enjoy that?
I think most of the time we say we're from the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area, because even as you know, well known as Berkeley is, people don't necessarily always know precisely where that is, but San Francisco like comes across like loud and clear every time we get out of here.
When we played Denver, we were a San Francisco band.
When you were playing, let me put it in front of your face when you're talking.
When we played Denver, we were a San Francisco band.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. You know, that reminds me of Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. When I lived in Ventura, they were from Ventura, but when they were playing like Super Bowl, they were from L.A., which was like an hour away.
That's right, because like everybody's like, who? Ace Ventura? They're like, what?
But when you say San Francisco, I mean, it's right there. I'm pointing at it. You can see it. It's right out the window, practically.
It is right out the window. And then...
Really? I am so turned around. Casey just pointed to the true west.
Do you think Richmond is San Francisco?
I want to thank you guys for teaching me so much about the Bay Area and about your music. And
have we talked about our music? I'm not... okay, I think we've...
And this has been one of the most intimate, interesting conversations I've had with the band. I feel like I've gotten to know you all intimately.
Well, that's really sweet, Mike.
Without taking my clothes off, I'm so sorry, Chris.
You did a great job getting used to me hanging out without my pants on, so I appreciate that.
I got used to it after a while. Keep on drumming, because your drumming's amazing. Dave, your guitar playing is great. And Andy, what did you just take a big bite of there? Yourself? Okay. And Casey, thanks for telling us all about that beautiful Steinway that I hope you get to play again, because it sounds like magic happened.
Word.
And Joe, thanks for having me here in your secret lair. Oh, Kickstarter, if you want to come be part of this amazing
this
place.
Is the part where I get to we're at the end of the interview and I get to give out the little pimpage that I need to give out.
Yeah, as we're about to play Killing for the Queen by Cure for Gravity.
Which you've never heard. This is a premiere. House of Blues. If you're in LA and you're listening to this, House of Blues Friday night. We're going on at 9 sharp. Come on out and check us out. We'd love to meet you and give you free stuff, free shirts, and free copies of our last EP, Fallen Stars, which you can also listen to online. Our Kickstarter's kicking off. If you get in early, you can be at our private party Saturday, December 6th here in Berkeley. And the album is dropping inside the new year, and we'll be coming to a town near you.
Woo! Cure for Gravity on Mike's Daily Podcast.
Vigilant as you are, living in your car, waiting for the call. One step out of reach, wanting for the plan. Bloodlines in the sand, calling all your cars, calling all your cars, calling all your cars. Caroling for the Queen. Caroling for the Queen. for the fight. Almost every night. No more room for air. No more room for air. No more room for air. Carolyn Fowl, the queen. Living in between. Carolyn Fowl, the queen. Carolyn Fowl, the queen. Living in between. Carolyn Fowl, the queen.
Killing for the Queen. It's Cure for Gravity playing at the House of Blues right this second. Thanks out to Chris, Joe, Dave, Andy, Casey. We had such a good time chatting. Check them out, cureforgravity.net. As we go outside the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, Valley, California.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And the picture is with Benita, the rodeo queen. Benita, usually you leave us about halfway through the show, but you didn't leave us yet. Okay, Mike, I'll leave right now. Bye, bye, no one, I'm not on it. You just walked about 5 feet away from me. Yeah, I left. Oh. Yeah, so she and I are discussing, cat calls, because that's the big thing these days. Cat calls, and about how they're wrong, and about how they really upset women when they're walking down the street in a scary part of New York and they hear cat calls. Yeah, the mace is coming out. You're going to get maced, you asshole. Wow, Mike, those are some serious bad words that I just heard from like 5 feet away. You're welcome. Yeah, so we talk about that. Basil the Boxer is there, too. Basil the Boxer sound effect. Thank you. Yeah, we're talking about that. And then somebody from the pop Swedish 80s band Roxette shows up, too. It's strange. You got to see this drawing right now. It's at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Mike, I loved Roxette. They were great. They were awesome. They sang to a generation. They were Republicans.
No, they were Swedish. How could they be Republicans if they're from Sweden?
Okay, you know what? I don't like the way you're being so unpatriotic about Sweden.
Why do you even care about Sweden?
Well, they're cool people over there. They like their delicious fish and herrings and all kinds of stuff.
Honest to God, I don't know what you're saying. Something about herrings? They love their fish. I don't know. Is that how they say it? I don't know. I've never been to Sweden. I've met a lot of Swedish people, though. Very nice people. And then IKEA has something to do with Sweden, too. And Swedish meatballs. I'm getting hungry. Thanks for making me hungry, Disgruntled Fiddle Player.
You're welcome.
Okay, next show, tomorrow's show, we're going to have a really cool time because it's going to be the return of the much-loved feature called Wow Shuts Wow, where we'll have some very interesting recent news stories that you don't know anything about. Plus, we'll hear from Matt Rudabega Valentino and Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Mike, I tried to leave half an hour ago, but the bus that this Google Maps app is telling me is going to be here isn't showed up yet. Oh, boy.
You're all mad and frustrated, and you're angry.
Yeah, what about?
Amnesia root beer. What were we talking about?